Hey everyone, welcome to Coffee with Kayla. That's coffee with a K. This podcast is for those interested in health, positivity, current events, and just keeping up with me. I'm a boss, public health professional, coach, motivator, and your host, so I hope you enjoy the show. Hey everyone, welcome to episode 3 of Coffee with Kayla. I am really pumped to have you guys here today. Yep, this is episode 3. Some of you are wondering, wait, what? This is the first episode, isn't it? Why is she calling it episode 3? Well, I'm here to tell you that I started it a while back called cerulean. And cerulean, you'll learn, if you know me and you'll learn over time, is my favorite color. It's a light for me. It's brilliant. It shines. It just represents happiness. I love that as a podcast name, but it was hard for people to, really know and remember it. So I'm changing it to Coffee with Kayla. And also, the thing is, I started it and I stopped. I did 2 episodes and I stopped, and it was going to just be about my art. And I realized, you know what? No, I want this to be about more dimensions of me. And so, yeah, this is episode 3. I'm going to take you down and learn, down the road and learn about my things that I'm doing currently in my daily life. So, current events, I'm calling it. And then I'm also going to talk about, today I'm going to talk about self-care and mental fitness, or what I'm calling the brain game. Then I'm going to talk about my coaching life and my physical fitness and Beachbody. And then I'm going to end with the things that I'm loving right now. So, I hope you will join me and enjoy this podcast. Hit subscribe so you can check out the rest of the episodes and you'll know exactly when they are available to you. Thanks, guys. All right, so let's go down the current events for Kayla's life currently. I am currently packing for DC. So my husband and I decided we're going to take a road trip. Yes, a road trip with our newborn. Are we crazy? Maybe it's the best time to do it. To Washington, DC. So here's why, guys. So, well, first off, I love DC. Hold me to this. One day I will run for public office. Definitely want to be a representative, an advocate for people. I have lobbied there so many times with the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network. I love just being at the Capitol. I love the vibes. I love the monuments. I just love the city. So educational is so fun. And the best part, you guys, is stuff is free when you get there. Like the Smithsonian's are free, the monuments, etc. I told my husband, I said, I am cooped up at home, staying home as a new mom for these 3 months. Love it. I'm enjoying it. Can we spend time as a family? Can I take care of our daughter? Can we take care of our daughter somewhere outside of the house? So he said, sure. Where do you want to go? And I said, okay, let's think about what's fiscally responsible. And yes, it's going to cost money to stay there and to drive, but whatever. We figured it out. We're going to DC where everything is free. Not everything, but lots of things are free and that we love. And we're doing it. So if you have any packing tips, holler at your girl. We are leaving soon. I cannot wait to just be in the presence of DC. Yeah, so that's my current events right now. And then the other thing is I just posted an Instagram story highlight called About Me. I will talk about this later in the podcast, but I am starting a new journey as a coach, a health and fitness coach, and a lot of people are joining me, which is awesome. I want them to have somewhere to land to learn more about me and feel like they know me right away. So I list that I'm a scientist and that I'm a student and an artist and all the things that I love, just so people can know this is a real person. She's cool. Maybe we have some common interests. So check out my highlight. It's called About Me on my Instagram, and I will post my handle in the stories. All right, let's talk about self-care. So, this topic came up for me in a couple different ways. So, in the first way, I am hosting a self-care September group in a Facebook group right now as part of my health and fitness coaching business. So, I really wanted to gather a group of women who are motivated to work on both their brain, number one, and their body health. So, mental and physical fitness. And then the second way that self care has come up for me is in terms of mental health and doing this NAMI walk. So I am participating in a walk for the National Alliance on Mental Health or Mental Illness on September 22nd this year. I'm really pumped to be walking. And one of the reasons I'm walking, well, the main reason I'm walking is because I've had lots of people in my life affected by suicide this past year. I had a really good friend who I grew up with essentially in middle school and high school and church and in organizations, music organizations that we were a part of, just in our friend circle, who committed suicide this past year. That was devastating to our friend group. And then I've also had some family members of really close friends commit suicide. And once I started talking about this to people, people would open up to me and say, like, oh, yeah, I know someone who committed suicide. Or did you know, like, these people at our work did this or suffer from mental illness? And I thought, oh my gosh, this is a huge deal. I'm also a Master's of Public Health student through George Washington University. And I did a paper on suicide this a couple terms ago, just because I wanted to learn more and like learn more of the statistics. And it's scary to think about the trends nowadays in people having mental illness and taking their lives. The numbers are growing in certain groups. So I think it's a really important topic to talk about self-care. And when I talk about it, I'm talking about our brain game. So I've kind of coined that term for myself. So when I talk to people about having fitness, right away they think of their body. They're like, oh, like, I don't know if I can commit to working out right now, or you mean like I have to lift weights, or like, what do you mean that you should join me in that my fitness journey? And I say, oh, no, 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 it's not just your physical game, which is part of it, right? But it's also your brain game. Like, how mentally healthy are you? And I'm a scientist, so I'm really interested in how everything connects and the why and the how. And so this Self Care September group with these awesome girls, with these awesome women, is something that I'm just so pumped that we're doing. So first off, I just want to give you guys a definition. When you Google mental health, like what comes up? And it says mental health is a level of psychological well-being or an absence of mental illness. It is a physiological state of someone who is functioning at a satisfactory level of emotional and behavioral adjustment. Okay? So, I just wanted to give you guys that as background to understand like what I'm talking about when I'm talking about mental health. So in our self-care September group, I asked these women like, what is self-care to you? Because I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and reading a lot of things, and often I hear people just talk about self-care as like personal hygiene. And self-care can be personal hygiene. Like, for example, one of the things someone said, and this someone was me, was face masks. That's one of my self-care items. Yes, totally. That's totally fine. Like, I'm into it. I'm a total beauty lover. I love doing face masks. I feel awesome after one. They relax me, they make me calm. I do them at the end of my day to unwind, or like on a Sunday when I'm just pampering myself. That is part of my self-care routine to keep my mental game sharp. But it doesn't just have to be that. So I'm just gonna like throw out some of the things that people said. So self-care for them was reading, cooking a meal, enjoying a meal by themselves. I assume that was a mom. Taking a walk by the lake. That was one of mine. I just love being near water. It makes me feel connected and grounded. Getting back to or setting my intentions, someone said. So, like, what am I doing? Like, why am I doing the things I'm doing every day? Feeling really good about that. Coffee by myself. Crafting, someone said. Relaxing, aka doing not a thing, doing nothing. getting a new outfit, so making yourself feel good, personal development, so working on yourself, reading awesome books to learn about how to better yourself, listening to podcasts, connecting with positive people, people who are inspiring. Let's see what else. Crocheting, someone said in my group. Pampering, again, massage, nails, hair done. Sure, if that's what does it for you, that's awesome. And then someone also said exercising. So, yes, agreed. Exercising can help your brain game. So, everything's connected. So, I've been I've been trying to work out. So I just had a baby a little over a month ago, and I promised myself, because part of my identity is being feeling like I'm fit and confident in the way that my body looks. So I was like, okay, as soon as I have the baby, I need to do something to get my body back, is what I was calling it, because if I don't have that back, I'm not going to feel good about myself. So body and brain game is connected. And since I've been doing these workouts, I'm like, yes, I'm making progress. I feel awesome. It just feels good to move my body, right? Like at the end of my pregnancy, I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot sit here any longer, but like all I can do is sit here. I tried to stay physically active during it, and I did a really good job. And at the end, I was just like, I'm huge. Side note, people kept saying, oh, you're not. But for me, I felt like I was, just because I felt like I needed to get that back for myself. So that's what some people said they thought self-care was. I think those are awesome, awesome examples. I've tried to pin a few things on Pinterest as well, just kind of searching and getting some examples. Some really cool graphics. I've pinned some really cool graphics, so I'll share the link to that in the show notes. You guys should all check it out. Follow me on Pinterest. I'm sharing some really cool resources with you. Um, and there is a pin that I pinned called the 30-Day Self-Care Challenge. And you don't have to do the 30-day thing unless you really want to. Go for it. But what I like about it is it divides self-care into 3 different sections. So mind, body, and soul. So I agree that you've got this brain and body game. And for me, your soul is that extra piece, right? So it's that I guess it could be that creative side to you. It could be that side that needs self-worth and purpose. Makes you happy, makes you feel like you've got gratitude, positive affirmations, just things like that. Like, I don't know, I kind of see that as your brain as well, but there's also a physical presence to your soul. So I'm trying not to get too woo-woo here, but you guys can have like whatever beliefs you have, but that's a cool way to think about self-care as well. All right. So that is what I wanted to talk about in terms of self-care and the brain game. I am walking in that NAMI walk on the 22nd, so I'm sure I'll have more to talk about after I do that. It's my first time walking. I'm really excited to represent my friend and honor my friend, and have people on my team who have been affected by suicide. I was going to share some facts with you guys, since it is, I think, Suicide Awareness or Prevention Day was the other day, and so this is just super fitting. Per NAMI, they have a fact sheet that they've posted, so I'm just reading these off there. 1 in 5 adults in America experiences a mental illness. Nearly 1 in 25, or 10 million adults in America, live with a serious mental illness, and 1/2 of all chronic mental illness begins at the age of 14, 3/4 by the age of 24. So this is happening in kids, you guys. Some of the work that I did for my public health report was that, like, reviewing statistics, and there are children who have mental health issues super, super early, and we need to do something about that to recognize that and get on top of it. I wish I had pulled out that report for you guys. I'm going to have to put some things in the show notes if you're interested in learning it a little bit more and doing a deeper dive. Let's see. Depression is the leading cause of disability in the world and is a major contributor to the global burden of disease. So that's crazy. And you know what? Like, if you're more of a numbers person, like in terms of money or percentages, like, here's some crazy stats for you. Serious mental illness costs America 193.2 billion in lost earnings every year. Okay? So it's very debilitating and it affects our economy as well. So that's another reason that we should be concerned about it. And then we think about like addiction and opioid addiction and things that like that are going on, epidemics sweeping our country. Approximately 10.2 million adults have co-occurring mental health and addiction disorders. Okay, so this is huge for us, and we really need to be paying attention for it. And then just the last stat, which is sad to me. Nearly 60% of adults with mental illness didn't receive mental health services in the previous year in America. And I guess one more stat, nearly 50% of youth aged 8 to 15 didn't receive mental health services in the previous year. So this is a huge deal, and we need to work harder and be advocates for people and ourselves to work on this. Um, yeah. Okay. I know it's a really serious topic, but it's also really cool to think about self-care and we can do something about it. And obviously, like, this isn't self-care doesn't feel like it's going to solve all of our mental health issues, but it's a way to keep yourself in check and notice, like, oh, am I doing the things that I love to do? If not, you might check yourself and say, okay, maybe I need to get some help. So if you go on NAMI's website, they have an infographic on taking charge of your mental health. And you can find specialists. You can make your appointment count by doing certain things, being ready and asking questions, and how to stay involved and live well. They talk about having a routine, healthy diet, exercise, sleep, etc., and having supportive people. If you're a friend and you notice someone may need help and you want to reach out to them, there are also infographics on their website to give you the resources to know what to do and how you can help them. So check it out. I will put the links in the show notes. My baby girl is sleeping in the bouncer next to me and making cute noises. Let's talk about our body game. So I talked about the brain game, and now I want to talk about the body game as part of self-care. So I've been doing beach body workouts since August 20th. Today I'm recording this. This is September 12th, so not quite a month. And I honestly, like I was telling you guys, I really just wanted to get my body back after the baby, and I've been following a lot of people on Instagram and thinking about like how can I get my fitness back in check? What's going to work for me? And I knew I was really interested in yoga. And I was doing some yoga at home just on my own, and I thought about going back to and doing some classes, but honestly it's so expensive for each class and for memberships for yoga studios if you've ever looked into it. And then I had someone reach out to me on Instagram and told me that she could be my coach and some of the fitness workouts that I could do. And I was like, yeah, like honestly, I didn't know too much, but I saw what she was doing online and I was like, this girl's got it. She's super positive. She likes all the things that I like. Coffee. She enjoys Harry Potter. I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan, but I do really enjoy Harry Potter. And she is a scientist. She's a mom. I'm like, yes, this is cool. So I signed up, and I have heard of Beachbody before, but when I thought of Beachbody, I thought of Insanity and the P90X workouts, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've done some of those before. They're hard, but also really good. And I also thought about like the chiseled male models or like male people they have on their websites, and also like the tanned, sexy females. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know. I'm just like a Midwestern girl, not tan at all. Like, I don't look like that. Um, and so what I realized though is after joining my friend Emily is that Beachbody is way more than that. So I signed up to be a coach. You get discounts on the products and services, and also I was like, you know what? I'm a motivator. I need an outlet right now. I'm home with my baby on maternity leave. I need an outlet, and this sounds really fun, and I am into it. Like, let's go. Like, let me help people. And so Beachbody really is about how can you help people achieve their goals, fitness, and other. So one of the things they tell us in trainings is, this is, yeah, about getting people the right workouts for their goals. Like if you want to work on this or that, or you only have 30 minutes to do your workout or whatever. But it's also like, no, like we care about the whole person. So your brain game too, guys. Your brain game too, your mental fitness, your personal development goals. Like, okay, I want to go back to school. All right, awesome. How can I achieve that? Financial goals. Okay, I need to make this much money or I need to pay off my debt. Whatever. As a coach, we're supposed to help with all of that. And I think that's cool because I do, like I said, believe in everybody, achieving their goals through the fact that we need to work on our whole selves. So our brain and our body game and our soul. So I joined to be a Beachbody coach, and so far I am loving it. It's hard because you have to find people to join your team, and people are really skeptical. And you should be. When I was signing up, I'm like, okay, I told Emily, I said, I'm a scientist. Like, I need to know more about this stuff. Like, please send me all the details. I can't stand behind or sign up for something that I don't understand, right? That's good. So you do your homework if you're skeptical, but don't be afraid to talk to people if they reach out to you about this stuff because it's good to learn more. And there's nothing wrong with talking to people on the internet, on Instagram, who reach out to you and say, hey, I think you might be interested in this. You can always say respectfully, nope, I'm not interested, or thanks for contacting me, but it's not the right time now, maybe later. And it's hard because, like I said, with people being skeptical, so what I say to people right off the bat is like, yes, the name is Beachbody. That's misleading. We're not all striving for Baywatch bodies, guys. Okay. So, I think of like, Pamela Anderson or whatever. She's like running in from the water when I think of Beachbody. Yeah, it can be that if that's for you. Cool. If it's not, that's cool too. Um, so far, the tribe of women that I have on my team were moms. We're brand new moms or moms in the last couple of years. We're taking care of our children. We're working on our own mental health and physical fitness. And we need accountability. So it's one thing to say, like, I'm going to do these workouts at home. And it's another to say, like, well, like, I bought the package, and I'm going to do it like once a week. And I don't know, maybe I'll get to it. Or like, I'm not important and I haven't prioritized myself, or like, I don't know, I was really busy with my kids and making excuses. I know, I understand, guys. Like, I've got an infant, I've got to feed her every hour and a half, every 2 hours, and some days I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I feel like I'm feeding her all the time, and when am I going to prioritize me? But it's super important to say, okay, I'm going to feed her, I'm going to have my workout clothes already on. You guys, sports bras that zip in the front, perfect for breastfeeding, pro tip. um, and then I'm going to put her down and I'm going to do a 20, 25, or 30-minute video for me. Okay? And then she's probably going to wake up and I might have to pause the video a couple times, but I'm going to start it again. And I'm going to finish this workout for me. So I'm here to inspire you guys to do the same thing. Make time for yourself. Easier said than done. But once you start making it a habit, it's a lot harder to go backwards. So I've done a workout every single day since August 20th, except for 3 times. Full disclosure. The first time I didn't work out was a day where I was like, this is a crap day. I'm like really struggling as a new mom. And it was a Friday. And I was just like, I can't. And I didn't. And you know what? I felt okay about it. But all day long, I was thinking, like, man, I really should work out. I feel good after I work out. It didn't happen. And the other 2 times, one was we went to the state fairs and then we had a date at night. And so I consider that a rest day. It was very intentional. We had a lot of family time that day, and I said, okay, I'm getting out. I'm walking around. I am contributing to my mental and physical health today. I'm going to take a day off. And the other day was we were at a cabin, and it is hard to work out when you're not in your normal habitat. when you are with other people you might not feel comfortable working out around. And I did work out at the cabin a few days in a row. I just had one day where I was like, I don't have the support that I normally do, or the time, or like the proper location, whatever. I made excuses. I should have worked out that day. But because I've worked out every single day except for those 3 times in the last month or so, 3 weeks, it's so much harder to not work out now because I'm like, I have my accountability gals and I'm posting on Instagram and people are like expecting me to post. I've had so many people message me like, hey girl, thank you so much for sharing your workouts. You're really entertaining. I'm thinking about it. Like, awesome work. And these are people I haven't talked to in so long, and I'm like, that's really nice. And it's cool to know people are watching my stories. They might not be interacting with me in any other way, but they're watching. So, like, they're waiting for me to post. I also had some coworkers text me, like, hey girl, like, awesome videos. We're watching them at morning break during our breakfast. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys. So, that makes me feel accountable. So, Beachbody has really changed my body already in 3 weeks. It's awesome. I'm doing the program called PIO. It's Pilates and yoga combined. It's easy moves, you guys, but like you're using your body, you're doing reps, you're creating tension with your own body like you do in yoga by doing poses. And I'm already toning up a bit with my abs and my core. I feel awesome. I like actually feel like really proud and to show my abs. My arms are stronger. I'm able to do downward dog even better. Like I can reach my heels to the mat almost, and I was like a couple inches above before, so I'm not a flexible person. Um, so I've made huge gains. I feel so good about it, and also mentally, I feel awesome after I work out. Um, One of the fitness instructors in the video says, don't think about how you feel before the workout or like how it feels to like, ugh, start it. Think about how you feel after. So true. If we want results, you have to commit and be consistent. Of course, we're human. We're gonna backtrack. Sometimes we're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna skip 3 days of workouts, whatever. But you can do it. And that's why you guys should join my team. If you're listening and you've been watching my stories, join my team. You will have an accountability group of girls. You'll have me as your coach, your cheerleader. Like, I have no judgments. I totally get it. So, let me help you. Help other people to help yourself. Join our group. All right, so that's my plug for Beachbody and explaining how it all came to fruition and how I started it. And as a public health professional, healthcare professional, public health student, I am so passionate about this. I think that we can all take some responsibility for our health, but it's also going to help the greater good, us as a population. So please do what you've wanted to do and start. Start and join and see what it does for you. You know, if you don't get anything out of working out after you've committed to it for a month at least, then fine. But I guarantee you that you will. All right, so that's my plug. And please let me know what questions you have, and I'd be happy to share the workouts I've been doing or any other thing that you want to know about Beachbody. All right, guys, this is a section of the show where I talk about what I'm loving RN, what I'm loving right now. So, a few things. I am loving my Adidas Cloud Foam shoes. You should get them if you don't have them. They are like the most comfortable shoes I've ever owned. I got them when I was pregnant. I was like, my feet were killing me. I needed some gym shoes that didn't look super awkward, that were really nice and supportive. Get them. You will not regret it. Like, just go to the store and try them on, and you'll be shocked. Second thing, my Emily Lay Simplified Planner. I did an Instagram story on this today. I love it. I got this a while back when it was just released. It's for August 2018 through July 19. It's the monthly and weekly edition. I used the monthly one just as an overview for myself of like birthdays, when bills are due, how much all the bills are, appointments, things that we're doing, a checklist of to-dos. I add inspirational quotes to it. Awesome. And then I take that and I put it on our whiteboard, that calendar that lives in our kitchen, so all of the family can see it. So my husband can be like, "Oh, what are we doing next weekend?" And or we can add stuff. We can talk at dinner, like, "Oh yeah, don't forget we have this," etc. It's awesome. I love it. Check out Emily Lay. It's definitely worth the price for these planners because they're built really well. They're meant to get dirty. They're meant for you to like carry it around and get it banged up, and it will survive. So check that out. I'm also loving Drunk Elephant's skincare products. So I ordered some offline. I ordered the Drunk Elephant Rise and Glow Duo from Sephora. So it has the B Hydra, the hydration gel, and then the C Firma, which is like the vitamin C day serum. I fell in love. I have skin that's really sensitive. Also, it is acne prone, and it's like oily at the end of the day or like midday. In the beginning of the day, it can feel like it needs moisture. I don't know, I have a hard time with like dullness and stuff like that. And so I tried it out and I was like, this is awesome. These products are all natural. And so I committed to the Drunk Elephant line. And so they're a bit more pricey, but I think completely worth it if you stick to the routine. I bought a little package at Sephora called the Littles, which has like samplers of all the different Drunk Elephant products before I'm ready to commit to the huge bottle. So I know like which products to use and which ones I'm going to love and for sure use. And then lastly, I'm loving my espresso machine. So my husband got me this for my birthday after I had the baby because I really cut down on my caffeine intake during the pregnancy. And he was like, ta-da, great job, good work. And he got that for me and I'm so in love with it. It's the Mr. Coffee one. We did have an issue where he got it off Amazon and it didn't work right away. Like, I don't know, something was weird, but Amazon's so cool and that they said, don't worry, we'll send you a new one and send the old one back. And the new one works great. So do yourself a favor and buy some pumpkin pie spice and then make your own at home pumpkin spice lattes. That's it for my roundup of what I'm loving right now. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening. That is all I have today for the brain and the body game. I hope you enjoyed listening. Feel free to check out the rest of my episodes, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you for listening to Coffee with Kayla. If you like what you heard and want to hear more, please subscribe and leave a review. You can stalk my Instagram by following me at Kayla_Cerulean and check out my website for more content at ceruleanonline.com. Thanks again for your ear, and remember to be a light in the world. Until next time, have a good one.